Hey there, Red Hawk Nation. Today is Wednesday, January 6th, and I'm Alyssa Murphy with today's daily update brought to you by Wingspan TV. Every so often, the counselors meet up with parents to discuss questions they may have about class opportunities and other school matters. WTV's Advik Dixit explains.
On Thursday, the counselors began the process of aiding students for next year's course selections by hosting a Zoom meeting from 8 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for all students and parents to join. For all juniors, the course selection process starts on January 7th and will have their course selection question and answer on the 12th or 13th, with the course selection deadline on January 13th. For all sophomores, it starts on January 13th and will have their course selection question and answer on the 19th or 20th, with a deadline on the 20th. And for freshmen, the course selection process will start on January 20th and they will have their course selection question and answer on January 26th or 27th and a deadline of January 27th. In order to join tomorrow's information Zoom on 2021 and 2022 course selections, parents must check their email and find the January Counselors Connection and fill out the included Google form. All Zoom links will be sent out today. Students will have a final chance to change next year's course selection in April from the 1st to the 16th. Reporting for WTV, I'm Advik Dixit.
With the start of the new marking period, many students have switched between in-person and virtual classes. WTV's Madigan Gunya has the details.
This week marks the start of the second semester, and with that, students had the option to switch their learning environment. With 22 more students choosing face-to-face learning this 9 weeks, the number of students learning face-to-face rises to 949. Some students see this switch as beneficial, allowing them to be able to focus better on schoolwork.
Online school was kind of hard with keeping up with my work and stuff. It was I could get distracted really easily, so I decided to switch, and maybe that would help. I feel like the environment made it harder because I could get distracted really easily. I used to be there on my laptop, and whenever I used to get bored in class, I'd just go on Netflix or whatever and watch a show. So it was really easy to get distracted, and then it was I just couldn't do any work. And so in class I wouldn't do any classwork. So the classwork would become homework, and then I wouldn't do my homework. So I'd get zeros on that, and then my grade would just go down. So with school, actually, you're forced to actually do the work in your class, and so that kind of takes the load off, and I find that really helpful.
Reporting for WTV, this is Madigan Gunya.
And now for the beginning of a 3-part special series exploring religion. WTV's Cooper Regal brings you the first episode.
From the moment European settlers first stepped foot on the land that would eventually become the United States, religion has been a bedrock principle upon which this country has been built. Its importance in the history of the country is expressly outlined in the First Amendment of the Constitution. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof.
We have a tradition in the United States of America of respecting a diverse range of different religious traditions. And we live in a very diverse, pluralistic society in which our government and our Constitution does not recognize one religion as more important than another. We have the First Amendment, very First Amendment to our Constitution expresses that.
However, according to the Pew Research Center, the percent of Americans who pray daily and attend religious services on a regular basis has seen a modest decline in recent years. Data from the nationwide study shows a decline in the percent of adults that describe themselves as religiously affiliated, dropping from 83% in 2007 to 77% in 2014. For teenagers, the numbers are a bit different. A 2020 study by the Pew Research Center found that 68% of teenagers consider themselves unaffiliated with any religion. Here on campus, the numbers appear to be close to the national average, as regardless of the faith, religion plays a role in the lives of a majority of students.
Religion affects my day-to-day life because a lot of people think it's just a rule book and all that, but really it's having a relationship with him and wanting to do the things that are right for him, and that it's not just a rule book, but it's a way of life, and that Christianity for me is it's a way for me to also learn more about him, and that causes me to be a better person
Most of my day-to-day life is affected by my religion because I come from like a really religious, like strict Hindu family. So part of it, like I'll wake up every day, I'll pray, and then I'll come to school, and then when I get back home, I'll like pray. So like most of it, yeah, is affected.
Well, my religion includes a lot of prayers, so there are like definite times of the day where I have to like pause what I'm doing and go to pray and things like that. So it's very involved, and I'm involved with it almost every day, yeah.
Taking a variety of forms, religion has been a part of humanity since prehistoric times, and for some students on campus, it seems as if they would have a completely different life without religion being a factor.
My life without religion, it would be a completely different like lifestyle. I can't honestly even imagine it without religion because, as I said before, religion has been like incorporated as like a huge part of my lifestyle, and like a lot of my beliefs and like perspectives on issues derive from my religion.
Without religion, I'd imagine my life would be a lot different. You know, most of the things I do revolve around my religion, or there are certain restrictions that are in place because of it. So without it, I would imagine that I'd be like a completely different kind of person.
My life without religion would be very different because it sets a great standard for morals, and especially Judaism. We don't necessarily believe in like a hell, so we don't believe in like condemning, but we do believe in like following the word of God and just sticking true to your faith and like what morally is right.
But to many students on campus, religion is more than just a faith or belief system. It can define who they are and can factor into the daily decisions they make.
Well, I think my religion is my identity because finding your identity in things in the world are usually going to like let you down, like things such as like friends and stuff. You never know when they're going to betray you, or when like if you're having a hard time, they're going to be busy and you can't like talk to them. But in my religion, Christianity, I can always rely on God to be there for me.
A lot of my beliefs and my perspectives on issues are of what I've been taught throughout my life. So from a young age, my parents have taught me to incorporate religion and how they like influence my actions and stuff.
While religion helps define who some students are, their beliefs are still put to test in today's world.
A lot of the times it's been tested when I'm like eating with a couple of friends and there are certain foods I can't eat because of my religion, and so people would always kind of pressure me like, hey, you should just try it, but I've had to like step back and say, no, I can't do that, like it's a part of who I am.
Growing up in like the Bible Belt definitely has been tested a lot. I mean, because like I'm white and I'm Ashkenazi Jew, I don't necessarily look like it, but for me it's just been like World War II Hitler jokes on the sly that kids make that they don't necessarily realize, but I've had family members affected by that, and so whenever they're just making these jokes unknowingly into an endless void, they are not regarding whoever is near.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Cooper Regal.
If you're looking for more from Wingspan, you can follow us at Liberty Wingspan on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. That's it for today's Daily Update. This is Alyssa Murphy for Wingspan TV.